Well, it's an exciting day. Rogue Friday is here. A lot of new toys and things are coming out for the Star Wars movie. We're really excited about, especially the RC vehicles. Is that BB-8? Just like on Force Friday, I picked up a bunch of the new RC vehicles from Air Hogs. I'm big into the RC vehicles, not only Star Wars ones, but all kinds of RC vehicles. And so we're going to unbox this. We'll take a look at the packaging first, and then we're going to look at what the goods are inside, because I'm sure that a lot of you have questions about these, how well they fly, how well they do. What's cool about this speeder bike is that it's a drone, unlike the other one, which was like there's zero gravity that holds on to walls and stuff. This one will fly, and it's actually got some new tech in it that the others don't have, what they call height lock. And so that's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see how that's going to work, where it'll lock in the height so you're not adjusting up and down to try and keep it flying steady. With this bike especially, flying through Endor, we want to get it in a pretty cool spot as far as height, and then we just want to worry about flying it. So there's not much to the box. All the sides pretty much just have graphics on them, except for the back. And the back has a little bit more detail where it talks about the height lock, the stabilization, easily race above the ground at the same height. So that's what the height lock's supposed to do. And then it's got gyro stabilization, and it says here. 2.4 gigahertz controller. Let's see if they say anything about the LiPo battery that this uses. So it is a 1 by 3.7 450 mAh LiPo battery. So it's a very small battery in this. In fact, from this box, I can't even really get an estimate of what the size of this is going to be inside. I'm hoping it's a decent size. One of the X-Wings that I saw today that was a drone that had the Death Star with it, that you kind of, is like a shooting game with the drone. It looked really small. So I'm hoping this is more substantial than that. So let's pull it out of the package here and we'll give you a good look. Oh, it's good size. Look at that. In the box, I can see they've got the controller strapped in. Got a USB, so it's going to be a USB charge through the controller is my guess again. My favorite part of the unboxing is actually getting it out of the box. Ooh. Now, it would have been cool if they'd have used maybe a clear plastic for the props and the prop guards. Kind of maybe make it so it's not so noticeable. Maybe in the outdoors it'll blend in a little bit. But the detailing on the guy looks all right. He's mostly styrofoam. His head, the very front of his mask here is a plastic. Hands, everything are styrofoam. The little controls he's holding onto are plastic, as well as his front is kind of like a rubbery plastic. Yeah, most of the bike, plastic guards, props, and then there's an aluminum, it feels like. Some kind of metal, I'm guessing aluminum frame. Not bad. It'll sit somewhat flat. Got the instructions right here. All right, so here is what you get inside of the box. You get the charging cable to plug the controller in to charge through it to the speeder bike using the cable that is included inside of the controller here. You've got the manual and the speeder bike itself. So it shows you right on the very front page here about the charging controls. Down here it shows where the lock is for the height lock. This takes 6 batteries because you can charge the speeder bike from the controller without plugging it into the wall. The nice thing that they've done here is they've removed the screw to put the batteries into the controller. And so now, the nice thing is that there's just this little indentation here. So if you have a key or something with you, I do have a screwdriver from another set I was doing tonight. Put it in and slide. Just push that button down and then slide it back into place. And you are ready to power it up. So we are not going to play around any longer. I am going to move the camera back because I am guessing if it's like most of the other vehicles, they do have a little bit of a charge in them when they come out of the box in the store. So let's get all the extras out of the way We're going to grab our controller, turn it on here. There's going to be our lock. To be able to lock the height, you slide this left or right. You've got steering adjustments if it's not staying true the way it should be. If it's, for whatever reason, spinning around, you can make minor adjustments here. Same with if it's wanting to hover a certain way, you can make adjustments to that. So let's take this cool little speeder. I mean, really, look at the detail on it. It's pretty good. I like it overall. We're going to flip it on here on the bottom. And see if we can make it fly. Oh. The one spot where there's not prop guards, I do find the table edge. We're going to try and get it into the flight lock here. All right. We are flying. Speeder bike through Endor. Now, one of the things I'll point out is that these here look like they're sensors for that height lock. Seems pretty steady. You know, anytime that you start turning or whatever, it starts making adjustments to the props, and so you've got to ride your height. In this office with all these different varied heights of things, I'm not going to try the height stabilizer or the height lock, because I don't think it's going to work in here. I think it would be more for like outside, where you've got more of a stable ground height. But yeah, it flies really well. The handling is pretty precise. Mine feels like it needs to have some minor adjustments because it is drifting a bit. It's going to drift backward. Battery didn't have a lot of charge on it out of the box. I'm guessing you're going to get 8 to 10 minutes of flight time out of this on a charge because of the battery size. I'm guessing it's going to be close to what the Millennium Falcon would get. So to charge it, what we're going to do is we're going to power it down. You see the switch here. You go to the charge/off button. We'll slide it there. Then we're going to take our controller. I'm going to turn it off to start. We're going to open up this little compartment here, pull out our cable, and it'll just clip right in there. Make sure we're the right way. We are. It'll clip in, and you'll see that it's charging here with the red flashing light. There we go. And so I'm just going to let it sit here. We'll just take a quick look at this guy here. Some of the detailing that they've done. It looks pretty good. Not a terrible paint job either on the whole thing. Very nice. They got the little stirrups even for the feet here. Simulated motors. The flaps on the rear here. Just very detailed. And the guy, being mainly out of foam, has quite a bit of detail too. Yeah, very, very, very cool. The props are pretty thin plastic. The motors are very small here in this little canister side here. Alrighty, so what do we think of the Air Hogs speeder bike? I absolutely love it. It is awesome looking. It's one of my favorite vehicles from the Star Wars era when I was a kid. Flying through Endor, there was nothing like it. Them getting, taken out by ropes that they'd tried between trees and crashing and explosions. Now I hope that doesn't happen to mine, unless I intend for it to happen. Maybe, strapping an explosive or a firecracker or something on it to make it blow up. Might be cool for making a little movie with it. It works like their other ones, which work, in my opinion, pretty good, especially indoors. I haven't flown this outdoors, but we'll take it out there. We'll give it a test for you, and we'll get some more videos up for you. I'll just want to point out, I did also pick up, guys, I've got a couple other ones. I did unbox, and I tried out the new huge Millennium Falcon XL. You should watch the review on this. I was having a very difficult time flying it. But for this, what do I say? I think it's overpriced, for sure. It pretty much operates like the Millennium Falcon, the mini one that I have right here. Of course, it's bigger, but the flying feels about the same to me. This one will probably handle better outdoors, bigger props that are exposed a little better. So I think you'll have some handling there. It does have a little bit of technology in their height stabilization, where it'll stay at one height. But $150 is steep when these are now going for $50. So that's the one drawback. Other than that, it looks awesome. It flies really good, and yeah, I mean it's kind of fun. So yeah, it's hard to really give it too big of a thumbs up when you can get a lot of small quadcopters that are much better performers than this for $150. Honestly, you can get a pretty sweet drone for that. What you get is you get the cool look. You get the speeder bike with the trooper on it, and yeah, I mean it's really for Star Wars people. That's the main draw. As a quadcopter, it's okay. You know, minimal control, minimal motors, everything about it, but super cool on the fun factor and the look. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. You know, there's no negatives really to it. I mean, if you want to spend that much on it, for the look of it and for how cool it is to have a speeder bike flying through the yard, then by all means, have fun, go get it. But again, these are now $50. They're on sale right now with all these new releases, and I still really like this. I can take it anywhere, fly it anywhere. This exo frame that they've built it out of, this styrofoam, is really rigid. Takes a beating. The paint's finally wearing on mine, but I use it a lot because I can charge it from the controller, just like this one. So, I mean, it's up to you guys, but these ones are for the price, the ones to get right now. These ones for the look, if this is the look you want, are super cool. So, that's it for me here at CCxRC. I'm Tony. We're signing off. Have fun RCing, guys, and let's enjoy us some of that Rogue One here in a couple months.